Hey YouTube, how's it going today? Well, I've had several requests for this one, so in this video I'll be going over a company called 88 Energy Limited, ticker symbol EEENF. This company has an absolutely dynamite looking chart pattern and they have some very exciting news coming out soon, so I'll be going over what they do, get into that news, and then go over their chart. But make sure you stick around to the end because I have some other great looking charts that I want to show you as well. Now, if you're new to my channel, I like to invest and trade in typically lower priced stocks. If that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future trading or investing ideas. But please remember, I am not a financial advisor, so please do all of your own research before investing in any of these stocks. Alright, now this penny stock is looking like it could be the next big winner to rain down gold because the chart looks like it's being bought up like crazy. Right now, I'd like to ask you for a favor, and if you could give this video an early thumbs up, not only for me, but for EEENF to help out with the YouTube algorithm so we can get this video out to more people, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not familiar with this company, 88 Energy Limited engages in the exploration of oil and gas properties in the United States. The company holds a 59% working interest in the Ice Wine Project, which covers an area of approximately 231,000 acres located in the northern slope of Alaska in the United States. It also holds a 100% working interest in the Yukon gold leases covering an area of approximately 15,000 acres located on the eastern border of the central north slope of Alaska. And the company has a 50% working interest in the Peregrine project covering an area of approximately 195,000 acres located in the NPR-A region of the northern slope of Alaska. The company was formerly known as Tangiers Petroleum Limited and changed its name to 88 Energy Limited in February of 2015. 88 Energy Limited was incorporated in 1996 and is based in Australia. Now, one of the things they are currently working on is a project located between major oil discoveries at Willow to the north and Umiut to the south. They believe there's 1.6 billion barrels across 3 different prospects. Now, 2 of the prospects, Merlin and Harrier, they believe are totaling over 1 billion barrels and are to be tested by drilling this year. And both are located on trend to existent recent discoveries. The Harrier prospect was de-risked by hydrocarbon at COP's Harpoon 2 well in early 2020. And they believe this is an innovative low-cost option to allow 2 wells to be drilled for $15 million, which creates an unparalleled bang-for-the-buck opportunity. Now, in the recent news, it says that 88 Energy shares are up more than 600% in the past month as speculative investors position for the potentially high-impact Merlin 1 well. 88 Energy confirmed wireline logging operations are now underway for the Merlin 1 well in Alaska. The hotly anticipated preliminary results are expected over the weekend, it said. This morning, the company also confirmed the remaining conditions to its acquisition of the Umiut oil field, also in Alaska, are now complete. The acquisition of the proven oil field at Umiut is a significant milestone for the company and its shareholders, particularly in the context of the discovery made at the Project Peregrine, where wireline logging is currently underway, said David Wall, the managing director. Alright, so let's head over to my TC2000 charting software and get a look at the current action. And actually, that is all there is, because this stock has not been traded for very long, just a couple of months or so. So there's not a ton of information we can extract from the chart, but there is enough for me to think that there could be a huge move coming in this stock. Now, if we go over here, we can see this is only a 6-cent stock, so you have to realize there's a lot of risk with a low price stock like this, so you have to position yourself accordingly. Now, I personally do not own any of this stock. None of my brokers would allow me to buy it, unfortunately, because I would have definitely taken at least a small position in this stock, because I think it's definitely worth the risk. I actually tried to buy some a couple days ago right here, so if I would have been able to buy it, I would have been up almost, probably over 50% at the moment. But unfortunately, my brokers suck. If you do have any brokers that allow you to buy that, please leave it down there for me in the comment section so you can let us all know. And also, let me know how many shares you bought if you do own any of this stock, because even though it looks like I'm going to miss out on it, I think it's kind of cool to calculate how much people buy of these lower price stocks, especially when they go on these huge moves, just to see how much money they made. But anyway, let's get into this current price action. As we can see, a couple of weeks ago, this thing was trading as low as a penny, actually a little bit below it, and now it is at 6 cents, so it's already 6 times your money, and there's just a ton of accumulation coming into this stock. This is another reason why I think this stock is just poised to explode higher. And of course, we have that potential news catalyst coming out any day now where there could be good preliminary results from that well. So I think that could be the catalyst to send this thing, upwards of 20 cents a share or more. I wish I could have bought at least a small position in this stock. It's definitely worth the risk for me. If it goes right back down to a cent, it's not going to hurt me too bad if I take a small position. But if this thing goes up to 20 cents or 50 cents or more, this could be a huge gainer for me. But, there's nothing I can do about it, but I did want to let you guys know how nice this chart pattern looks. But let's go intraday and just look at some of the current price action at a closer level. We can see going back to the 11th, it had this decent move up, and then it started the rounded bottom that I like to see. Even though there wasn't a lot of volume and it was really low, I still like to see this pattern. And then when you get that little initial move up over the moving averages and it holds those moving averages, that's usually when the price starts to accelerate. Now, we did have the pullback yesterday. It pulled back all the way down to the 21-period exponential moving average on this hourly chart and rebounded immediately. So that is a very bullish sign. And the fact that the price action is holding near the high of the first move up means to tell me that it is probably just a pause in the current run up, and there is a potential another big leg up coming. Now, if we go to the 15-minute chart and back it out just a little bit, we can see that it's making a very nice looking triangle consolidation, and these usually add a lot of pressure to the price, and then once the price explodes either way out of this, usually get a pretty decent move. Now, I am guessing the move is probably going to be up just because the initial move was up, but we'll see what happens. I definitely think that the stock is probably worth the risk at this point, even though it has had a pretty decent move up already. If we go back to the daily chart, you can see, it just had two beautiful looking candles. Even though this one is red, it sold off and then immediately was bought right back up. If this thing can consolidate for another day or so, maybe creep down a little bit until this moving average catches up, I think that could be what it needs for the next explosion up, or that news catalyst. I think either one of them, they're probably going to happen right at the same time, and then you're going to get a nice explosion to the upside. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy any of this stock, but any of you guys that are in it, I wish you all the best, because I think this is a absolutely dynamite-looking chart pattern at the moment. All right, if 88 Energy wasn't good enough for you, I do have some other nice-looking charts to show you. The first one I want to show you is Denison Mines, ticker symbol DNN. We can see this one is making an absolutely beautiful triangle consolidation pattern, and that's usually a continuation pattern. Usually when you get a pattern like this, the next move is usually the same direction that it went up into it. But if you have a down move and it starts to make one of these patterns, typically the next move will be down, but this one looks like it's probably going to be up. If we back the chart out a little bit, we can see it's been in a very nice long base going back several years. It did have this dip during the pandemic lows that kind of dragged everything else down, but it immediately got right back in that consolidation area, and now it is starting its markup period. So we have a really, really nice looking triangle consolidation. So this one is one you just want to keep on your watch list and wait for the potential breakout, because if we do get a breakout, it's probably going to be a decent move either way. But I'm guessing it's probably going to be to the upside. I think we might get a little bit of a break and then a fake out. You never know. It could be just a fast move up, but usually they want to consolidate just a little bit longer than this. So it wouldn't surprise me if it, kind of breaks out and then maybe pulls back and then has to do with just a little bit more consolidating. But this is a very bullish pattern nonetheless. Had the huge run up, pull back just a little bit, but now it is being bought up in this area. So chances are the next move will probably be up. All right, the next one I want to show you is TGB. TGB is making a very similar pattern. It's also finding support at that 50-period simple moving average, and it is making a very nice triangle consolidation. This one, basically, everything I said about the last chart goes for this one. And this one looks like it's poised to break out any time now. If we also take the chart pattern back a little bit, had a decent looking base, had the pandemic sell-off and then immediately started its next move up. So this is a very nice looking pattern. Sometimes when they do make this triangle consolidation pattern, you do get a little bit of a false break like this one had, but then it eventually usually gets going back up. This one was a little bit different because if we zoom back to it a little bit here, you can see it had a really, really sharp move down. It didn't kind of like make the decent looking retracements back up to really form a nice looking triangle consolidation. You can see that it's missing right here, so there wasn't enough buying coming in to make this into a textbook triangle consolidation. That's probably why it broke down. There wasn't enough buying coming in, but we can see with the current pattern that you had that nice move back up to make a lower high from the recent peak, but now it looks like it could be heading higher. So TGB definitely looks like it is worth watching. Next one I want to show you is AMPE. AMPE is making a somewhat similar pattern. This one is a little bit in the earlier stages. You can see those other ones had a little bit more of a move up. This one's had this nice long base, and it's making kind of a choppy triangle pattern right now, but we've been in a pretty rough period for lower price stocks, so you would have to expect a little bit more volatility. But again, this is a very nice looking bullish consolidation pattern. If it can get above this 50 period moving average, the 50 period simple moving average like it is right now, and hold it and wait for these averages to catch back up, that could be what it needs to start that next leg up back towards the old high of $3 or more. But very nice looking pattern on AMPE. The next one I want to show you is East. If we take a look at East looks like it is probably in the beginning stages as well. It did have that huge move up in February, pulled all the way back down to the 50 period simple moving average, and is trying to carve out that bottom. This one probably will need to move up a little higher and then start to consolidate before it can move back up. This triangle consolidation that it is forming is towards the lower boundary of this initial move up. So these sometimes take a little bit longer to grind sideways, but it is looking very bullish, and it looks like it is poised to break out of this pattern. For me to buy it, I would like to see it break through this trend line right here and then kind of consolidate for at least 3 or 4 days before it gets that next move up. That will let me know that it has a higher probability of actually getting back towards the old highs, just because it is consolidating towards the lower end of the triangle. Alright guys, well that's all I have for this video, so I'm going to end it right there. But if you have any questions about any of these stocks, or if you have any other stocks you want me to take a look at, please leave them down there in the comment section. I will get to them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, guys, and until next time, take care.